what? Rest assured that when you're patient enough and you smell that bread in the oven and it starts to bake properly, Hey guys, how are you doing? You know I'm truly happy to have you here with me today. Without you guys, come on, you know you make the difference, and we are making waves. We are getting places, guys, and I'm truly humbled in having you here. It is amazing to have you. Let's dive into it, guys. So, as we want to talk about today is something called compound effect. Have you ever heard about it? Compound effect. The compound effect is simply you putting in a certain amount of work, a certain amount of time, energy, effort, and all of these things that you're doing little by little, piece by piece, and it is a mountain. It is getting bigger, it is getting larger, it is expanding your capacity. All these things are taking place because you got up this morning, you did some work. You got up the next morning, you did some work, and so on and so on and so on. And remember, I always talk to you about attrition. What you find start to happen, guys, is that because you have been putting in that work over time, it has been coming together, guys, and more it keeps on coming together, and before you know it, you have success. Now, how does compound effect apply to us? It applies in so many different ways. It applies in your finances, it applies in your marriage, it applies in your schooling, it applies in your work, it applies in every single situation you can think about. Let us look at some examples. If you say you are a farmer, right? And every day you get up and you are planting a seed, one seed. If you plant one seed, right, into that ground, and you mark it out, you drop that seed, and you did say 5 seeds today, and tomorrow you did another set of 5s, and so on and so on, and you did that for say 10 days. And by the time you're doing that, you are repeating a process. So you're watering it, you're fertilizing it, and you kept on doing this constantly. What is going to happen, guys? Don't you know that it's going to produce, right? Naturally, there's going to be seedlings that start to sprout. And by them sprouting, you're even going to be more motivated and encouraged to keep watering it, keep taking care of it, put a fence around it, manure. You're ensuring that you're putting, pesticides, for those of you who believe in things of the nature, and you are ensuring that as much as you can, what you're seeing is going to manifest and become a great plant, a great fruit that you can truly say, oh my God, I have truly been patient and I have stood the test of time, and that plant did what it needed to do by attracting all the nutrients and getting larger and larger and larger, turning into adult size, so that it is not just benefiting you, but everyone that is around you. Okay? So think about that one seed, but because you were consistent with that seed, you now have 50 seeds, 50 fruit that came from those seeds that were properly attended to. You see where I'm going with this, guys? So it is with the compound effect. You are putting in the work, you are learning what you need to learn, you are applying what you have learned, and you are being consistent. So you might feel as if you are not seeing any fruit that is being bared, and you're going back and you say, oh my God, what is happening with the soil? You want to plow up the soil, you're watering it, you're doing everything that is possible, but you're not seeing the effect that you want. You're not seeing the germination that you want. But hey, the germination that is supposed to take place on the upside, it doesn't mean that it's not happening right below. You see where I'm going with this? Think about this, guys. When a seed starts to germinate, it goes downwards, right? Downwards and spread out. And by going downwards and spreading out, it is holding root and it has root hairs, and it's holding that firm structure so that once it has pushed up out of the ground and you are seeing it, it cannot be destroyed that easily because it is firmly planted. Are you firmly planted, guys? Is your business firmly planted? And so it is, I am using this analogy so you can understand the process that you can apply to what it is that you're doing. So don't get impatient. Don't say nothing is happening. Don't say, boy, the birds have taken it away. Don't say, boy, it has been destroyed and you were robbed and there were fake seeds and all these things that wants to come in your mind. Understand that you want to be patient. You want to be steadfast. You want to continue to apply the solution, apply the water, the right amount of sunlight, put the barriers around, because you are going to return one day. And what is going to happen? You're going to be shocked. You're going to be so surprised because you were patient enough, you were consistent enough, and it finally starts to bear. And because of that, you will now reap the reward of your hard labor. The good book says, by the sweat of your brow you shall eat bread. But understand that a lot of us want to just go and eat the bread. And if we think about that same analogy, even with a bakery, you don't just eat bread. There's a process, your ingredients, right? There's the right temperature, you have the right baker, because not everyone is going to be able to bake that bread, that type of bread that you need, that you want, that you long for, that taste, that aroma, right? Every single thing is done in order, in right timing. But rest assured that when you're patient enough and you smell that bread in the oven and start to bake properly, you are starting to lick your lips because you are seeing and tasting, you are feeling what that bread is going to be like. And so it is that you want to ensure, guys, you want to ensure that you are taking the time to be very much patient, and you're taking the time to apply the compound interest, because so it is that things are building up, and before you know it, you would have had enough in order to do what it is that you need to do.